from the local station, News 4 Jax starts now.
Renewed conversations on policing in America following the brutal beating of Tyree Nichols that led to his death. And now a criminologist tells News 4 Jax the country is in crisis when it comes to law enforcement personnel. Today, we learned a sixth officer was relieved of duty for his role in Tyree Nichols' arrest.
Now, Officer Preston Hemphill was at the initial stop of Nichols and was heard on body camera footage saying, quote, "I hope they stomp his," followed by an expletive. Our coverage of police reform and training begins with News 4 Jax reporter Marilyn Parker. Marilyn, you spoke with the criminologists who are critical of police training, especially following Nichols' death.
That's right. They say we're in a crisis, especially when it comes to training. You know, they point to three major cases: the murder of George Floyd, the mass shooting that happened in Uvalde, Texas, and what just took place in Memphis. They say it's hard to tell if this country has moved forward at all.
Damn, I didn't do anything.
We're stopping this violent video right here. Won't play it anymore. But how soon before this happens again?
I'm going to have to go home and explain to my 9, almost 10-year-old son how this happened.
Kimberly Allen is with 9-0 Forward, a group with a vision to end racism. She says even though the officers charged with Tyree Nichols' murder are black, the problem is bigger than race.
By and large, like, we want to be protected and served too. And it's not just up to black cops to do that. It's anybody who wears that uniform, that badge.
Allen says there is a system in policing which allowed this behavior, and it doesn't go away because they're black. According to the executive director for the Police Executive Research Forum, or PERF, today's police officers are not universally being prepared for the challenges they face in providing police services in increasingly diverse and demanding communities.
Just because they've gone through training, it doesn't mean that they actually get it.
Alex Carmen is a criminologist who says the country is in crisis when it comes to law enforcement personnel.
We have a handful of police officers that should have never been recruited, should have never been hired.
So how are they slipping through the cracks?
A lot of police officers have left. And so now police departments are not only increasing their salary, but also making it really attractive. And in some cases, bending the rules to bring people in that are simply not qualified.
PERF says while there are pockets of innovation in recruit training, training as a whole has not kept pace with the dynamic changes taking place in policing.
Please, both hands. Do nothing.
Examples include the death of George Floyd and the mass shooting in Uvalde, Texas, where police response was heavily criticized.
We often say in the law enforcement culture, it's a training issue. It's a training issue. Send them back to training. Unless you have the ability to regard the training and be able to provide oversight on the training and be able to hold the officers accountable, the training by itself is going to be meaningless.
Allen says she doesn't think the officers saw humanity in Nichols. She expects police everywhere to learn from this situation and actually make a change.
The rhetoric, the language, the policies, they don't match. And somebody's child is going to die because of it.
In Nichols' case, the Memphis police director told the Associated Press that there was a lack of supervision in this incident, and they say it was a major problem. Reporting live tonight, Marilyn Parker, Channel 4, the local station.